Alex Jones here with a breaking emergency alert for Infowars.com. We are here in Texas and have military sources at a major Air Force base in West Texas that have reported to us the unprecedented event of secret nuclear weapons that were stored there being removed and transferred out of the base today to be shipped to South Carolina. Now, the reason this is unprecedented is the B-1 bombers that were located there took off last week. The B-1 bombers located in the Dakotas blasted off last week. They are only to be used in emergencies because they've been quasi-mothballed. They were designed in the 70s and 80s, the B-1B, to launch strikes inside Russia. They fly about 100 feet off the ground with ground-following radar. Now, Obama said in his speech last Saturday that the forces are in place for Syria, but Syria and Iran have said they're going to strike Israel, and then Israel is going to strike them, probably with nuclear weapons. Then Russia, that has alliances, will then respond, and then you know what happens. The rest is history. We are on the edge of the beginning of World War III. We've talked to our Russian sources high up in the Russian press. They are absolutely concerned at a level not seen since the Cuban Missile Crisis. Now, this can be averted, but 3 separate times in modern history, we've come very close to nuclear war. The Cuban Missile Crisis is one of the most well-known, but there's been other events. This is historic times happening. Now, Anthony Gucciardi, who works with Infowars.com and with his site StoryLeak.com, is here. He's just published the article to Infowars.com breaking this down. Anthony, you also called the Air Force Base today, and we're going to play that clip in a moment. But first, give us your take on this.
Exactly, and the key thing here is that this Air Force Base, Dyess Air Force Base, which is here in Texas, these nuclear warheads are not just gone. They're not just going somewhere. It says South Carolina, but we don't even know. That's just what the trucker told this high-level military officer here. And he's saying that not only do we not know where they were, but there was no signature. There was no on-record paper here. So the point is this military commander came out and gave the authorization to take out these nuclear warheads and bring them wherever. And as we've talked about for months, maybe even years now, the whole thing isn't even about Syria. It's really a hot war with Russia. And the media has gone on record now saying that whether Obama knows it or not, and he does, it's a hot war with Russia. That's always been the thing. There's no reason to have nuclear warheads to go against Syria. We could wipe out Syria if we wanted to. But Putin has gone now and said that it is likely a staged attack, the chemical attacks in Syria, to start a war. We've had Ron Paul, Pat Buchanan. We've had others come out. Now even Rush Limbaugh saying it's likely some type of staged event. And what's coming down now is we know that Israel started all of this by attacking the Russell missile caches, and Russia went ahead and responded with 160,000 troops for immediate combat readiness with naval and aerial forces. And this is the United States taking a nuke, as Russia has these combat readiness troops on the border ready for anything, and who knows what they're going to do with it. I think, and Alex can give you his take on this, strategically and militarily, this is meant for Russia, not Syria.
Anthony, 100% it's meant for Russia. They've got cruise missiles, they've got bombs, they've got nukes, anything they would need if they decided to go nuclear in that region on those 5 missile cruisers that have arrived, with aircraft carriers now showing up. These particular bombers, B-1s and B-2s that have also left their base in Missouri, are meant to fly in with stealth capabilities and bomb Moscow, bomb major sites inside Russia with heavy megaton bombs that can get down into deep bases. Because a cruise missile can only carry a smaller warhead generally. They have a few larger ones. But without getting into all the strategy here, we hope that things can be de-escalated. But as Obama said, the forces are in place of his military. And so they definitely want this world crisis to basically intimidate the world into giving into their demands for more globalism, more world government, and to continue to expand the hegemonic rule of the United States itself captured by the globalists. But this is very historical what's happening, because the B-1 bombers, the B-2 bombers, the fighter aircraft, they're all being put in Diego Garcia out there just south of the Persian Gulf in the middle of the ocean. They're all being moved into Cyprus. All of this is on record to go in and have a major war with Russia, not with Syria. So as even USA Today has reported, the U.S. is now in a hot war with Russia through the proxy of Syria. Only public backlash can stop this. And that's already happened to a certain extent with the chairman of the Joint Chiefs, Dempsey, saying we do not want war with Syria. It could lead to a Russian war, with many members of the Congress saying they don't want this. We need sanity to prevail here. We need people to go to Infowars.com and StoryLeak.com that mirrors it and PrisonPlanet.com and get this article with all the documentation out to everyone they know. But you better believe we're in danger when people like Rush Limbaugh are coming out saying this could be a frame-up, a false flag. Anthony, anything else?
That's it. I think the fact of the matter is that we're facing a hot World War III type scenario if we don't stop this. But Brzezinski, the top advisor for Obama, did come out and say that there's been a global political awakening that stopped war in Syria. I mean, 9% approval rating. The world is waking up to this. So I think we can put a wrench in this, in the wheel of the war machine, in the elite war machine. And I think we can stop this if we get this out. Or better yet, who knows what they're actually wanting to do with this nuclear weapon, this nuclear warhead. We could stop a potential false flag scenario inside the United States right now by exposing this.
I'm
didn't
glad,
count on it.
very well said. I'm glad you raised that because we had the case now 7 years ago, Minot, North Dakota, the missing cruise missiles that weren't signed for, and a bunch of people on the base then got killed.
It seems like the exact same thing because they denied it too. And we're going to play when we called the actual Air Force base.
Sure,
they denied it. But they denied it back in 2007 as well when those nukes went missing. They said that they weren't missing, they weren't there, they didn't exist. And then they later admitted it. This seems the exact same thing. There was no signature.
That's right. They later said that it was just a mistake.
Yeah.
That, oh, we didn't sign properly. And then a bunch of people on the base committed suicide or died. So again, the shadow government wants to be able to disappear some nukes that they can then maybe detonate, blame on Russia, blame on American patriots. This could be a globalist coup to hold D.C. hostage.
I mean, this is huge.
It's going to South Carolina. Maybe the nukes are going to be deployed into D.C. I mean, there's no telling with these globalists. Very important. We're going to cover it more on the radio tomorrow, 11 a.m. Central, Infowars.com. We can beat this, folks, if good people stand up. Alex Jones signing off.
Public Affairs, Erin Velez speaking.
Hey, how's it going? Is this the PR for the base?
The PA?
What's that?
Public Affairs?
Yes. I had a few questions. I'm from the press. My name is Anthony Gucciardi.
Yes, sir.
Great. So I was just wondering, we've heard some reports that nuclear weapons were being moved today from the base that were previously denied to even exist at the base until now. And are you still there?
Hold on one moment.
Are you there?
Where were you from?
I'm from Infowars.com.
In what?
What's that? Infowars.com.
Okay.
Yeah, so we read a bunch of reports. It's from numerous sources that there were some nuclear warheads being moved out of your facility, out of your camp area, elsewhere. Do you know anything about that?
We'd have to get back to you.
You have to get back to me?
Yeah. Is there a contact number?
Yeah, I can provide you with that. But are there any nuclear warheads on the base?
We'll have to get back to you with that.
Are you going to check with your higher up, or is there anyone you can transfer
They'll
me
have
to?
to call you back.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, is there even nuclear warheads on the base, though?
Did you want a contact number? Bring it back to you?
Yeah, sure. You can get back to me.
Okay, we'll get back to you.
I
with
just
that.
wanted to know, have you gotten any other calls on this subject at all?
This is the first call.
This is the first call. Okay. Do you have any idea when they're going to get back to us?
I'm not sure.
Days, hours, weeks, months?
Probably days.
Days. Well, I think it's a pretty big issue, don't you? If there's nuclear warheads moving from the base, and apparently there's no signature or anything on that. There was no really public announcement. Nothing happened. It just moved. And with what's going on with Syria, isn't that concerning to you?
We'll have to get back to you.
Are you not authorized to say anything else?
I am not.
All right. Well, thanks for your time.
Bye-bye.
All right, bye.
Hey, America, I got a question for you. How does a Boeing 777 jumbo jet go missing? Well, let's explore some possibilities. And again, you know, the great thing about the alternative media is thinking. So hear me out on this, because there's a number of conspiracy theories that I actually think hold some weight. Hold a little what we used to call agua here in the United States before it became contaminated by Fukushima. Here are a couple conspiracy theories I think that we should think about. You know, when a skilled illusionist makes something seemingly disappear right in front of your very eyes, it's usually because the object never existed in that location in the first place. Which brings up a very important question. Did Boeing 777 Flight 370 actually even take off in the first place? In fact, can you prove that to me? Prove that the flight actually left the airport, the landing strip, on its way to Beijing, China from Kuala Lumpur. Because the missing pieces here don't make a lot of sense. And the longer the ticking clock goes tick-tock and the days pass, the larger the conspiracy grows. Now remember, the black box seemingly just wasn't working. It was an inconvenience for that day. All that super high-tech technology that's made for this very reason, that's able to withstand an impact or an explosion some, multi-thousand times the impact of a downed plane, just isn't working right now. It's a malfunction of the technology. Radar didn't pick it up either. It just disappeared in a Bermuda Triangle on its way to Beijing, and then turned and went west, seemingly, without giving any kind of distress signal, without any of the people on the planes maybe sending a text message, because these planes have internet now. I'm sure you've been on these planes, saying, hey, we've been hijacked. Hey, maybe the possibility is they didn't know they were being hijacked. And here's another thought. Maybe the people on the plane on board are still alive. Their loved ones calling them and their phones still ringing out. Maybe the plane has been somehow docked in a hangar somewhere. It's getting a sexy new paint job on the exterior. The people, everybody's been taken out. Now they're arming it with a nuclear weapon. Maybe they're going to fly that plane in, I hope to God they don't, into some kind of American or European city. Maybe it's a part of a much more elaborate plan. Or you know what? Maybe the conspiracy is aliens. Maybe an alien came down and just ate it, gobbled it up. Ate the big Boeing 777. Or you know what? Maybe it's not a conspiracy. Maybe it's just a giant smoke screen put out by the Obama administration to take your eye off the ball. Isn't it interesting how CNN puts this much focus on a story for consecutive days? I always tell you, America, when they're doing this with the right hand, make sure you don't forget about what they're doing with the left hand. Obama came out today and said, you know what, Ukraine, the civil war they've helped spawn over there, the destabilization effort, they do this in countless country after country, whether or not it's the Middle East, Iraq, Afghanistan, these foreign invasions, or the Arab Spring movement, or the toppling of Egypt or Syria, or the attempted toppling of Syria, I should add. They do this all over the country. Obama said all over the world. Obama said, you know what, the Ukrainian people, wow, they're so special for wanting democracy. Of course people want democracy. Of course people want freedom, but it has nothing to do with what's going on in Ukraine. Vladimir Putin has to sit back and honestly laugh at this jack-off of a president who no one respects. Obama says, don't cross a red line, Bashar al-Assad. Don't do this or I'll invade. And that's the point. Vladimir Putin didn't invade shit. He's just taking care of one of his second largest naval ports in the Crimea region. He's responding to the people that want democracy, that want to join Russia. That's all he's doing. That's why they're signing a referendum and saying, we don't want any part of the West. What's the track record with the West? How good does Iraq look right now? Have we given it democracy? Have we given it any freedom? No, it's a hellhole. It's a POS. All these places we invade turn to crap. Turn to bloody scars and death and a big pile of you-know-what. A big manure for the rest of the world to somehow clean up. And it's exactly what's going on today. This flight, this mystery, this conspiracy is just one big smokescreen for war, folks. One big smokescreen for the Ponzi scheme that is America. This warmongering, easy credit, loose like a hooker country that keeps invading countless after countless foreign independent sovereign nations to somehow fill its corporate desire for bigger profits. You know, see what we can bang a little bit more into the ground. See what we can extort for a couple more bucks, so the George Soroses of the world can pack a few more dollars into their billionaire pockets. Fuel this war machine that is known as America. You know, the random drone strikes in places like Yemen, where Obama kills American citizens without trial or jury, people like Anwar al-Awlaki. This is the country that we live. It's a POS, it's a bunch of BS, and it's a smokescreen for the larger conflict that it's going to be hard-hitting and in your face in the not-too-distant future. Prep yourselves for war, people, because when you're watching the right hand, Obama's working the left. I'm Christopher Green. Get it out, hard-hitting and in your face. Make it viral. Peace.
It's easy to remember. 10-10. Hi, everybody. Restoring the idea of opportunity for all requires a year of action from all of us. Wherever I can act on my own, I will. And whenever I can ask more Americans to help, I'll do that too. It's easy to remember. 10-10. It's easy to remember. 10-10. It's easy to remember. 10-10. Thanks.
إنه العراق وكربلاء الحسين والعباس عليهما السلام تحديدا، على موعد مع الملايين الذين يتلهفون للوصول إليها لزيارة الأربعين. الزوار يتوافدون إليها للقيام بواجب العزاء وإحياء للسيرة ونهج الإمام وأصحابه، وتجديدا للبيعة مع نهجه في مشهد وحدوي وإنساني متميز يجمع الزوار من مختلف بلاد المسلمين ومذاهبهم. العواصف الرملية والترابية التي هبت على المنطقة وظروف الطقس البارد وتهديدات الإرهاب لم تثن الملايين من الزوار عن عزمهم على أداء الزيارة سيرا على الأقدام، قاطعين مسافة عشرات الكيلومترات من مختلف أنحاء العراق نحو كربلاء في تقليد سنوي عمره مئات السنين. ويتحدى الزوار الظروف الأمنية والمخاوف التي تعمل المجموعات الإرهابية المدعومة من خارج الحدود على زرعها في نفوسهم لردعهم عن هذا الاجتماع المليوني.
كل الأساليب الأمنية المتاحة لنا لموفرة لنا قيادتنا مستخدميها، وإن شاء الله تمر هذه الزيارة بدون خسارة.
اجتماع دلالاته السياسية قبل غيرها واضحة تماما، وتعمل القوات الأمنية على تطبيق خطة محكمة للحيلولة دون حصول أي اختراق أمني يعكر صفو المراسم من قبل إرهاب ظلامي دام لا يقيم حرمة لقيم الوطن أو الدين. وتنتشر فرق من الهلال الأحمر العراقي على طول الطرق المؤدية إلى كربلاء لتقديم الخدمات الطبية والإسعافية للزوار، كما تتوزع أعداد كبيرة من المراكز التي تقدم خدمات تطوعية تتعلق بتقديم الطعام والشراب للزوار الذين يقطعون مسافات طويلة سيرا على الأقدام. زيارة واجتماع لأعداد بشرية هائلة من داخل العراق وخارجه بما لا نظير له في العالم كله. ولا يخلو من دلالات قوية على الأهمية والوزن السياسي للحدث رغم سيطرة الجوانب الدينية عليه.
اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك والملك لا شريك لك والنعمة لك والملك لا شريك لك لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك والملك لا شريك لك لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك والملك لا شريك لك لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك والملك لا شريك لك لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك والملك لا شريك لك لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك والملك لا شريك لك لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك والملك لا شريك لك لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك والملك لا شريك لك لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك والملك لا شريك لك لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك والملك لا شريك لك لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك والملك لا شريك لك لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك والملك لا شريك لك لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك والملك لا شريك لك لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك والملك لا شريك لك لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك والملك لا الحمد والنعمة لك والملك لا شريك لك لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك والملك لا شريك لك لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك والملك لا شريك لك لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك والملك لا شريك لك لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك والملك لا شريك لك لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك والملك لا شريك لك لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك والملك لا شريك لك لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك والملك لا شريك لك لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك والملك لا شريك لك لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك والملك لا شريك لك لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك والملك لا شريك لك لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك والملك لا شريك لك لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك والملك لا شريك لك لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك والملك لا شريك لك لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك والملك لا شريك لك لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك والملك لا شريك لك لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك والملك لا شريك لك لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك والملك لا شريك لك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك والملك لا شريك لك لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك والملك لا شريك لك لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك والملك لا شريك لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة
Now you can watch The Alex Jones Show live as it happens at Infowars.com/show.
You'll find links to all of our content there and a free 15-day trial for Prison Planet TV.
More than 60 movies and documentaries all in one place at Infowars.com/show.